this particular video stream because I feel like it's important to point out both sides. Okay, there were people in the comment section. There was one comment that was left on his Instagram. They talked about how black women are being used against black men, and he commented and said 100. Because you have to look at his situation and look at where Nas is and look at where Kelis is. And you have to say to yourself, why all of a sudden now, when he has become successful outside of the music business, why is she all of a sudden wants to come forward about this abuse? And then you got women who've been claiming abuse who've been caught lying. So what do we say about that? There's something extra going on here, and we have to point it out, people. We can't just ignore it. You look at this situation with Kelis doing this interview at her house because she wanted to control the situation. You know what I'm saying? She played this to a T. She's able to pull on the emotional strings of a lot of people. Shout out to Negroes that are crazy. Nas is a simp. Kelis looks like a chimp. Everybody knows I got hoes like a pimp. Well, I don't think Nas is not a simp. Nas has never come off as a simp. You got to understand, when he married her, that was way before social media. You know, he didn't know that this chick would turn out the way she did. You know, the only way I would call a guy a simp is if there is clear evidence that the woman that he is with is dysfunctional, and he still gets with her anyway. You know, and in this situation, I think that Nas didn't know. He thought he was getting with a chick who was eccentric, who was outgoing, who was talented, crazy, probably a freak. And what he got was a freak of nature. Yeah, he definitely wanted that milkshake. Nas wanted that milkshake. Yes, she was young, but you couldn't tell because Kelis looked very mature for her age when she first came out in the music business. She looked very mature for her age. She was with Pharrell. She was with Pharrell and NERD. She was in that circle. Beanie Man, you know what I'm saying? The Clips. She was around them. Yeah, she was in her early 20s. You know. And maybe because she carried herself in a mature manner, that's why he married her. That turned out to be a big mistake. They were doing threesomes with Eve. Really? Wow. Yeah, I told you she was a freak. She was a freak. But they were together for a while. They were together for a good while. It wasn't a quick relationship. Again, that was way before social media. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think that relationship would have lasted with social media? Yeah, think about that. I went to school with Pharrell and he only dated her because people was on him about dating her. Really? Even in the early 2000s, Amigto? Even in the early 2000s, people were getting on him for dating white girls? Or Eve introduced him. Oh, okay. Nas must be had already gotten with Eve, you know. She introducing him like that. Listen, I'm not freak shaming, you know. Kelis, you know, she was, like I said, that's what probably made him interested in her, was because she was freaky, on the freaky side. But now he's on social media having to defend himself against this, and he's taking the more passive route. I mean, Nas isn't one of these guys who's rah-rah, you know, who's gonna respond to everything, you know, so he lets his fans do the talking for him. And somebody also commented that she wants his restaurant money because Nas owns a couple of restaurants that are successful, and he's making good money from those restaurants. And they're saying that she wants that money and the money he just made in investment. He made $40 million in an investment. She definitely wants that money. See, women think because they have a child by you, they can milk you for all your worth, and that is a problem. Women should not be allowed to milk men for their money that they work hard for. These women need to get a job. I had one female comment in one of my most recent upload on my other channel, and she said that the particular female who was getting a divorce and was going back to court to seek more money, that she needs money just like I need money. Or, you know what I'm saying? She needs to use it the way I use it. I'm saying, well, she also needs to get a job. She doesn't need to go back and forth to court to milk this man for money. What sense does that make? What man is going to want to be in a relationship with you if he sees that all you do is milk your exes for money? Because what's that going to do? It's going to keep you in court. It's going to keep you, constantly having this guy on your ex on your mind when you're with somebody new. Well, Kelis didn't help Nas become successful. I just feel like none of his other children's mother are dissing him as being a deadbeat father, dissing him as being an abuser. She's the only one who's doing that. You got all these women who are taking her side, and you got men too. You got men in the comment section defending it. I mean, I don't know what to say about those males, but I don't know how they get along with other men. I just don't. Well, Diddy still makes a ton of money through his businesses and with his music catalog, and he still has artists that's on his label that's making music. So Diddy's income is a lot different. So if his exes are getting a lot of money, it's because his income, he has a lot of income coming in. Yeah, hit the like button, people. His first baby mama called him mentally ill. Okay. But did she call him an abuser? Because this is the first time anybody's hearing about these allegations. Was this also the same baby mama that allegedly got with Jay-Z? Well, is this the same one that got with Jay that cheated on him? Now, I don't know if she cheated, but what got with Jay-Z and Jay-Z rapped about in this song, was that the same one? Because I don't want to hear nothing that chick got to say. Because I've heard some things about Nas's ex. I've heard some things. But y'all gotta understand, Nas has probably been with a plethora of women since then. Have any of them talked about Nas being abusive? I still don't think the man is abusive. I think that Kelis said it herself, that she physically fought the man, that she did not allow him to just beat on her. That she balled her fists up and fought him too. And that happens a lot in these relationships, especially a lot of black relationships. Women will fight the men quicker than the men will fight each other or even other women. These women are built differently. These women can take a punch. I've seen females take a punch from a dude and get right back up like it ain't even fazed them. I'm pretty sure Nas has dated a ton of those chicks from New York, Northeast rappers, female rappers and R&B singers. So when y'all hear about Kelis in a domestic situation, y'all have to take it with a grain of salt and understand that she probably can take a punch. I'm not saying that, he should be hitting her for no reason or abusing. No, I'm not co-signing none of that. I don't think a man should abuse no woman, no children, or anybody. What I'm saying is admitted that she fought him too. Shout out to Josh the Quick, says, is Kelis a thought though? I don't know how many men she's been with. The only men I know her being with is Nas and maybe somebody in maybe Pharrell, but that's about it. Not really nobody else I know of. I think she has stylish behavior, but I don't think that she's thought. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know I don't know of the men that she's been with, except for Nas and Pharrell. Crazy. I've known that. I will say this though: crazy women are exciting to dudes that like drama, that like to laugh and giggle at everything. You know what I'm saying? I've heard them say that. They find craziness attractive. I have heard that. Because you got guys that let's look at the guys who on World Star Hip Hop filming these females fight each other. I mean, those are the type of dudes who will deal with a female that likes drama, you know? What you have is a generation of boys or young men who were raised by women. They don't know how to, in society, they don't know how to not find drama exciting, you know? Some of these dudes know more about reality TV than women do, you know? Oh, Pharrell definitely hit it, because she was a part of his label. He was producing for her, you know? So, definitely, And she's Pharrell's type, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though he likes women of a lighter hue, I still think that, she's Pharrell's type. What's up, someone? Look, Nicki's trying to stay out of drama. She's trying to stay out of drama and make music. I think that's what Nicki's trying to do. And the thing is that I really don't want people to jump to conclusions without hearing both sides, you know? I think people need to hear both sides. We don't need to just listen to one person, say what they say and then be like, you know what? Nas did hit her and abuse her. What's going on now, crazy chick? We have to be able to listen to the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? People were so quick to take her side. I was surprised. But when you have a black man, you know what I'm saying, who is popular, who is a legend in the hip hop game, people want to bring him down a peg. That's all it is. They want to bring him down a peg. And that's what it seemed like to me. It's like, because you never really heard anything about that from Nas. He was said that his first baby mama wrote a book. But you gotta ask yourself, did you hear stories of him beating on any of the women he was with? Because then why is this such a surprise if this has been said already? Women get into violent relationships because violence in relationships really don't bother them. Like, it really doesn't. Women get into relationships with dudes who fight and beat on them all the time. They stay with them. They'll break up with them and get right back with them because they like that. There are women who will say that they don't think a man loves them unless he's hitting them. They literally say this. They say it, not me. We have to take that into consideration and to an account when you're dealing with women like Kelis. Kelis is a very different type of chick. What's up, Turf? She's a very different type of chick. And the fact that people are willing to take her side so quickly lets y'all know that people just want to find things about a lot of these brothers and just say, you know what, and brand him as a bad guy. Because you got this whole Me Too movement. You got all these women that want to reclaim some kind of purity by claiming men did this to them or that to them. You got women who want to destroy a man's reputation, so they'll say he abused them, He harassed them. There are women who see abuse as love. Absolutely. And those will be the same women like Kelis that will have interviews and claim they were abused. It's just like with Rihanna. Like I have to say this about Rihanna. I gotta give her, well, not credit, but I'll say this though. She did one interview about Chris Brown and never made another interview. She didn't try to build a career off of that. She just moved on. But you got Kelis because she's nowhere. She's trying to gain something. I guess she's trying to make Nas pay her off because she had a failed attempt at trying to get more money. And now it's a situation where she feels like she has to go public. She feels like she has to go public because she's not getting what she thinks she deserves. Look, we gotta beta male energy. But like I said, man, when it comes to understanding these particular type of females, you got to understand that there's always a reason why they do things like this. And Nas, I believe Nas, I'm on his side in this, and I don't think that he was beating on this woman whatsoever. And if you listen to her interview, you will hear her say it, and she say it in a very defiant manner, that he did not, beat on her, that she participated in fights. So, mutual combat.